Oh, hey folks, it's time for therapy session with your pal Jordan Haas. That's me. If you're watching this video, you clicked on video on jordanhaas.com. That's the only place you can see it because I don't advertise this video anywhere. Essentially, this is the place for me to vent out anything that upsets or frustrates or what's on my mind. Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. I just. So I am in the middle of a recording block. I'm doing 4 in a row. So I've already done 2. One with Joe Hartzler and the other one with Kyle Serra. Joe was late last night. Kyle was in the early morning, so I'm running on very little sleep. Tomorrow I have the giving the mic to the wrong people on to do Press Your Luck, and then Saunders for Great British Bake Off. That's the 4 in this block. They're not going to air until sometime in the late August. I'm just trying to always keep up to date because I just want to always be up to speed before going to the next podcast and get a rhythm going. Because sometimes no guests show up, and that's always the big worry. So I'm trying to play catch up and just store a few episodes, so then I can have some wriggle room to breathe. And it's just been a bit exhausting, to say the least. Not that I hate doing this podcast, because it's like the best thing to do is just talk game shows with people, because it comes from the heart. I enjoy game shows, and the people who agree to this are very nice, and they don't have to do this. And they're funny, and they're smart, and they always bring something different and a different outlook on these shows. So I always enjoy doing it. But it's taken its toll on me in a way that it's sometimes when I'm sleep deprived, just sad stuff hits. I have upset a couple of people. One finds me to be a creep and wants to warn people about me. The other one is a bit of an arrogant asshole, and I think he wants me out of a circle. And to me, I can understand both their perspectives on this, but to me, if I gave a shit about what these people have to say about me, I would never get anything done. If this was me like 2 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago, I would just be miserable and very sad, and just go like, oh, someone doesn't like me. I want to please everybody. And in a way, I'm exhausted by all these times people talk shit, and all these times people think I talk shit about them. And in some ways, yeah, I do. But in other ways, you just gotta look and go, fuck off, you know? So I just can't I just can't handle awful people. And I understand if they think I'm a bad guy. But to me, I don't like drama. I don't like causing chaos. But it sounds to me like someone just thinks negative about me, and others think negative about me. And sometimes it blocks the positive and all the positive things people say about you, or the positive things people say to want to stop by. So to me, that's all I can just do. I enjoy doing the game show podcast. I enjoy talking game shows with people. But sometimes when you're sleep deprived, you just have the thoughts of, who's this for? Why am I doing this? Is this really a love letter? Is this a cry for help? And then you're trying to fight back and say all the positive things of, look, people enjoy listening to a podcast. People enjoy hearing what you have to say about shows. They message you all the time, either to talk game shows or to vent or anything. That you are apparently meaningful to some people in reality, and that always cheers me up. But I always feel beaten up, if that makes sense. Sometimes you dodge all the positive comments people say, and it's always the negatives that get you. And it's just trying to figure out how to block that, you know? Easiest thing to do is just hit mute. Easiest thing to do is block. But, you know, outside of that, it still hits your head. And it hits no one likes me. No one cares. No one wants to do this. Why am I even here? Why am I doing this? That I think that it's one of those, I gotta find a different place. I gotta find a different calling. Because I'm pretty, lonesome guy, to be honest. Like, I have like a small group chat. I have a Discord, and I have a few people who chat me here and there. But other than that, like, it always feels small, if that makes sense. It always feels empty. And the only times I really have joy is, like fun time calls and game shows, I suppose. Because at least I can be cheerful, talk to my friends, and make new friends. I think that's always the best part, is I get to make new friends. Like, anyone who's a guest, I consider a friend, even if they're just a guest or they don't really give a shit. I consider them a friend. I think it's kind of rough. And then sometimes you just beat yourself up and you hit panic and you get anxiety of a lot of stuff. And I just want that to sometimes go away. I know there's sad slumps. Everyone gets sad slumps. I get sad slumps constantly. It's I'm being up right now. This is a very low part of the sad slump, but I know that it's usually monthly. It's always caused by your caffeine crash or sleep deprivation or some mess that it's like, okay, I know I fucked up here and there. How can I rectify it? I can't. So, to me, I just do nothing. I can't figure out what to do. Because when I hit a sad slump, it takes days just to figure out like how to get back on track, which, to be honest, is why I always like to backlog things. Because sometimes I just can't hit record and, be on and go, hi, everybody, welcome to Game Shows, I Suppose. Because I know if I just do a podcast where I just sound like this and go, hi, folks, welcome to Game Shows, I Suppose. I'm Jordan Haas. Like the early episodes. Like, no one's going to listen. But if I'm more energetic and I'm more passionate and I show how excited I am for these shows, I know people listen because I usually am. But when you're just out of energy, it just beats you up. So sometimes I just need to have a backlog of episodes just to have some quality control and a show that I think maybe only 4 people listen to. Maybe it's 40. Maybe it's 400. I do not know. Sleep deprivation's not fun, but all the guests that stop by are. And I always like talking to new people and then seeing if I should return to other guests in the future, because I think they always make me laugh and are probably willing to stop by. But for right now, it is just, I don't know if I beat myself up or it's a head game, but I need more positive. I need more friendly comments. I need more Go Jordan, because sometimes I need that and I don't see it. And then the times when it's like I'm busy and I can't see it, that's when it's there and I miss it. And then it's like I got to scroll back and find it. That sucks, by the way. That's one of the worst parts about, I guess, being a somewhat internet person that's usually online. So I put up a curiouscat.me/Jordan Haas for comments. And then sometimes I get very positive comments and it's anonymous people saying I'm cute, or, hey, keep up the great work, or what do you think of this wrestling event, or this anime for some reason, or Carly Rae Jepsen, which is like, okay. But then other times I get real weirdo racist people, and it's like, I can't block these people because they're anonymous. This sucks. That I need to figure out a way to keep this going and not have it affect me that much. I need that motivation, if that makes sense. I think that's the issue. I need more motivation to keep going, because sometimes I can motivate myself to keep going, and other times I just beat myself up and I just can't do it. I just can't do it anymore. And sometimes you get the feeling when people vent that, like, okay, they're here, and then if you need the place to vent, they're not. That it's like, oh, I need to be here. So that's why I have this series too, because, hey, weirdo internet person watching this, I'm very aware I'm crying right now. I heard that's called lulls or drama or something, because this shows empathy, and empathy is bad because toxic masculinity says men don't cry. And if you do this, it's a lol cow. But that's not reality. Reality is you can get sad. You can get depression, even for very irrational reasons. I'm never really angry. I used to be. I used to get very pissed off and just say, fuck you. And I get that mentality now when I get negative comments or people talk shit. It's like, yeah, fuck off, whatever. But between all that anger of saying fuck off, it takes so much out of you that then you just wind out, and it's just, And this is the 12th, 13th. I have the Press Your Luck recording, then I have Luck of the Draw with Tim, and I think that's going to be fun. Because next week is going to be so many recordings. I got 2 episodes up next week, and one is going to be the standard with Big Brother with McRae, and that's one I'm really excited to show. Another is the Kyle episode I just recorded, so we can get the ball rolling on Game Show Throwdown Week, which is so many episodes. And I think that's going to be the second half of this recording lull, because it's 5 episodes in 2 weeks. This is the biggest haul I have done. And people are probably not going to listen to all of them. I really hope they do, because they're all very good, very funny episodes with very amazing people to promote the 26-hour Game Show Throwdown charity event. And what I'm excited for is this is on, I think, Home Game Entertainment. Is so many cool people are going to be working on that. And I think my mental state is just not good enough to want to attend, if that makes sense. I think people are counting on me to be there, or people would love for me to be there. But my mental state right now, it's almost the same as BugCon, if that makes sense. Like, it's just switched off, and it's, well, none of these people know who I am, so why am I even there? Am I even going to make friends? Do people even like me enough to want me there? If I disappear, does anyone care? At BugCon, the answer was, yo, no, some people actually did kind of miss me, and that kind of is nice, but I think the same it might be at the Throwdown as well. But it's just my mental state is not in the right position right now. And sometimes it's a fight just to be positive and cheerful. But I got to keep the thing I enjoy going, because to me, that is something from the heart. And that's something that keeps me motivated to continue. Even if, like, no one listens, I guess. Because, hey, at least it's something fun to do. And I guess people will agree, even if the numbers might be low. Who knows? I got to keep it going. I know people listen to the Weird Comedy Show and laugh, so that's kind of funny. But I'm just in an exhausted place. And it's not that I'm on little sleep. I think I'm on 6. But I am on a just mood. Something that just feels like give up or just take a long nap. Spend the next 48 hours asleep or 72 or full week. And I want to fight back. And I know I should. So I'm going to keep going. It's also trying to keep going with a rhythm. I don't know if I really want to go back to Twitch in a while. It seems like the last couple of weeks have been like breaks for me to not do anything. Do stuff on for Patreon has been my thought, but I've been also exhausted. So because I beat myself up and so exhausted, I don't have the room in me to just do projects. I still have a couple of tabletop sim games to try and create. I have a few ideas I want to share, and sometimes I have to take a break. So if I have time for things, it's just to post a goodnight hamburger, I guess, is usually how it goes. So that's all I need to do. Eventually I'll get better. Wow, there's a lot of awful things going on right now. I'm checking Twitter like a madman. I'm rubbing my nose like a madman. But man, I'm beating myself up. So on the positive side, because all this negative, I bet right now you're also being brought down, and I'm trying to fight back and say, no, don't get sad because I'm sad. Because look, the idea is how like silly it is that I'm crying because I think people on the internet don't like me and people don't listen to an audio file that's 2 hours long a week. Like, that's ultimately the reality of it. But it's also that's the worst that happens right now is sleep deprivation, and that you are lucky. Some people have no work. Some people barely can pay rent. You're still here. So you're fighting back. And sometimes you gotta take pleasures in those kind of things. You're not the other guy. And as morbid as that is, then you gotta be like, how do I fix their problem? Do you want to fix their problem? Can you handle it? I hope so. I want to be a good friend to others, but then sometimes I think I'm a bad friend by not. So I don't know. I think it's one of those situations where you got to look at the upside of a lot of things, and rather that's like you're not the other guy or something that's material possession wise, it might be better. So for the next probably 5 to 10 minutes, I will be talking about things I have purchased recently and in the ways it cheers me up. As always, I like to do Patreon and like to plug things like Struggle Session because I think that's a fun podcast. Video games are the worst thing on earth. I think that's also a good podcast. I do Doughboys. I listened to a recent episode. It was a lot of fun. But I'm just trying to stop the headache, as it were. So recently, I finally got the newsletter. I got Wrestling Observer live. So for the longest time, I did the Vimeo broadcast because I like the video. Something to watch right before bed. And for the last couple of weeks, I don't know if it's just me, but I get so exhausted I don't see the screen. I just hear it and I fall asleep that I kind of wonder, well, can I just have it be audio only to just save my eyes because light. So I did the push and I got it 1 month just to test the waters here of Wrestling Observer Live and Figure 4 Weekly. Because I like wrestling a bit. I like professional wrestling. And I like Alvarez and Meltzer. Because they have the exact kind of comedy and the exact kind of like professionalism of explaining arcs and explaining characters and story arcs, and especially when it's a Lance episode. I always like those because I learn a lot with Lance Storm about wrestling, and it's a fun thing to listen to at night right before I go to bed. I think that's what my podcast does to some people too. It puts them to sleep. I don't know, that's a joke and probably something nice actually, because sometimes I do that with audiobooks. So I bit the bullet and it's been a pleasure. But it's just been like, can I keep it up and should I continue this? It's been bringing me a bit of joy. So I might have to extend that in a while. I have to figure out how PayPal works though, because the last time I used PayPal was something I bought on eBay 4 years ago, and I believe it was a Nightwing figurine. So very on brand with Jordan, a Nightwing figurine on eBay 4 years ago. But if I could get it to work again, I'll try to extend it for maybe a year, because it's always been a ton of fun listening to that. So other than that, Super Mario Maker 2 has been the thing that makes me excited, because I love creativity and I love playing new levels. I am bad at Mario, by the way. I'm not trying to like beat myself up over Mario. Like, if I had to be honest, probably like normal to mid hard difficulty at Mario. Like, I can do spin jumps and I can do like some of the jump from one platform to another, or wall jumps, or finish puzzles. But when it comes to like some of the pro strats, like, spinning on thwomp blocks, or the jump from a cannonball to another cannonball, I just can't do. That I fail, and to me those just don't make it fun for me. So I kind of have to figure out like what's the best course for me to take, because a lot of the time it frustrates me, and I think that's the intention of the creators for these levels. They want to frustrate the player. So I like to play it I play it casual, just laid back, because when I play it laid back and it's just kind of like going through like one or two gimmicks, yeah, it's the most fun. Even if it's a repeat of hit the on switch, go back, hit the another switch, keep going. Something like that, just that's all I need. And I have a good time with it. So I gotta just whoa. Brain is meltdown. So hopefully tomorrow I can go to Luck of the Draw at 7. I'll be at 8:00, so I got to make it back after a recording, which is right before noon. And somewhere in between that, I have to get some dinner and celebrate a birthday. It's my mom's birthday. So I got to make sure I can get through all three things in one day. Is it frustrating? A bit, because I usually only have like one or maybe two sometimes. But this is 3, and I don't want to disappoint any of these people because I don't like to disappoint. But it's fine. I think my brain is not working today. I think it really is sleep deprivation. Hi, I'm Jordan. Welcome to the therapy session, the show where my brain is now mush and I had a sad slump, and then I'm trying to perk myself up, and as I'm perking myself up, I'm drawing a blank. That's not a good thing. I think I'm getting old. I think I'm old at the age of 30. 30 is old now because my brain's not working. Usually I can understand things, but oh well. The sad slumps are going, and I'm trying to work myself back up. So what I'm doing is Mario and listening to wrestling podcasts. That's what I've been doing. It's self-care, I think. I guess that's what we have to do. We have to practice some self-care. Do stuff for yourself. And I gotta keep doing that, I guess. I also gotta get some cupcakes and some other tasty treats. You ever do that? You always have the craving for tasty treats. Anyway, there's whoa. Oh, Max Mayer just sent me a funny message on Discord. Folks, I know you're not going to see this, but there's a guy named Max Mayer. He usually does some content on Bezizio Gaming, and he also does a lot of stuff on, like Mitch Live and on Twitter. He is just the most bundle of joy. One cool dude. He was just sending me some fun poems. But okay, well, that's a cheer up. That's a cheer up message. So hey, sometimes something like that is all you need to brighten up your day. Thank you, Max. I know you're not watching this, but you actually helped me out a whole lot today. That's all you need. Sometimes that's all you need. So next Patreon, I have to do another viewing party. I have to do more Munch. Jesus Christ, I gotta do more Munch. I had like a few snacks in mind, and I was originally going to get the Baskin Robbins for Munch, and it melted on my way home, so I had to eat it fast, and that sucked. It was a somewhat bit on Fun Time Calls, but fuck. So I guess if I'm gonna have to review ice cream, I have to get one of those like mini pints at the market and then have it in the freezer, and right when I'm ready to open it, just like eat the pint. That happened with the Blue Bunny, I think, on my Patreon. It just melted. But it's gonna be okay, I think. So in conclusion, I think I'm overworking myself, but at the same time, I'm overworking myself because 5 episodes in the next couple of weeks is definitely going to exhaust myself. I'm now iffy about attending a game show throwdown charity event just because my mental state is just not up for it at the time. And I know that people would like me to be there, which sucks. I'll see if I can go for a couple hours or so. But other than that, I don't know. My mental state is not in a good place. That I think I'm good just doing a regular pattern of wake up, go on Twitter, go to work, go to Twitter, go home, watch some YouTube videos, post a goodnight hamburger on Twitter, and then go to bed. Sometime during that break, I play Mario Maker. That's it. That's been the usual. Is it routine? Yeah. Is it depressing? Somewhat. But hey, I get somewhat paid. But it's fine. I I don't know. Also, Jesus Christ, my shirt is covered in this goop. I I guess I should probably like get tissue or something. So what was I gonna say? I guess there's gonna be a few episodes in the next couple of weeks. Yippee doo. Please send comments and positive messages my way, especially if you see this. I appreciate it. You can do it on Twitter, Curious Cat, Facebook, Discord, wherever you can send the message. Go right ahead. Something positive works. Something negative, you don't really need to send it. Because that's just kind of just being a dipshit. But hey, people are already being dipshits. We're living in a dipshit world, aren't we? Oh well. That's gonna do it. I guess it's been 34 minutes. I gotta make some Patreon content eventually. I gotta figure out how to get my brain psyched back to do Twitch. Other than that, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Just send a hamburger emoji to know that you've been watching. Thank you.